I think number one, their physicality on defense. You know, they're really active. They're doing a lot of different things on the defensive end of the floor, but really taking pride in that area. And number two, just the way the ball's moving and the way that they're knocking down shots. I mean, obviously they are a different team than the last time that we played them. They're playing like the championship caliber team that you know them to be.
The last time you played them, I think, was right about when Alyssa had gotten there. Just what have you seen her able to contribute?
Yeah, I mean, obviously her size, her ability to defend, to rebound. You know, I think her activity level. You know, I think when you play alongside somebody like A'ja Wilson, you rise to the occasion, right? You understand and learn what it takes every single day to come out and be your best. And I think that she's continued to improve throughout the course of the season, and she's been instrumental in helping them from that position.
You know, A'ja's been A'ja for so long, but the run that she's been on the second half of the season, what's taken her to that extra level?
I mean, look, she's just special. You know, there's just no other way to put it. You know, she's convicted. You know, she works her tail off. She understands what it takes. You know, she continues to find a different level in terms of not just her production, but the intensity and the intentionality and everything that she does. And, you know, she's one of the best players in the world, and you know, there's a reason. And she brings a tremendous challenge night in and night out.
What's the message that you give to Aaliyah about dealing with a challenge like that?
I mean, look, you just have to try to make things difficult. Like, great players are going to find ways to do what they do. You just have to try to make it as challenging as you possibly can. You know, make them earn it. Nothing easy. You know, don't bail them out. You know, make her earn it. And then when they do, you live with it.
What's your perspective on the idea that your team has already kind of exceeded expectations, and so there's no pressure in this run? Do you view it in that same way?
I mean, certainly, I think, yeah, there's not a lot of pressure on us, you know, as far as expectations. But, you know, we've talked from day one about, like, you know, handling expectation. It doesn't matter. The people outside our building don't matter. You know, the people inside our building matter, but the people inside our locker room matter the most. And so we can't live our lives or try to play to the expectations of others. Like, we have to play to the standard that we want to set for our team. And that's competing every day. That's putting ourselves in positions to win. That's continuing to grow in our execution. That's, you know, allowing everyone on our team to be the best version of themselves and trying to put them in positions for success. And that won't change. We'll still play to our standard.
The Connecticut game has come up a few times as a turning point for you guys, but what I remember from that game is how emotional it was afterward. You know, specifically with you, if you think back to that moment and, you know, what that locker room was like, what kind of sticks out from then?
Yeah, I mean, it was emotional. I don't remember how many days prior to that we had just lost Sid and Ari. And then we knew we lost Sophie, you know, in that moment. And it was just like, what else can we handle, right? What else can we take? And we were down a lot. I don't remember what it was at halftime. And you know, I just was so proud of our team and the way that no matter what the circumstance, we showed up and we found it. And I think at that moment, you know, you could really understand how special this group was, you know, how much they would continue to just fight for one another, how much they would refuse to give in to circumstance. You know, I just think there's so many great life lessons with this group, and it was a moment that I don't think we could have known at the time that it would be a turning point for us, but it was a moment that I really embraced, you know, the character of this group.
We heard Kelsey Mitchell for MVP chance when we were talking with her. I'm just wondering what it's been like to kind of watch the season that she's put together and see the way her teammates have supported.
It's been incredible. I mean, you know, Kelsey is just, she's one of a kind. You know, she's somebody who can get a shot whenever she wants. She's somebody who can make plays, and she's very understated in how she does it. She kind of just quietly does her job. But what she's been able to do, you know, for this team in the absence of those guys that you see over there on crutches and in braces and, you know, all the different things has been incredible. She's put this team on her back. You know, we've asked her to not just score, but to be a playmaker. We've asked her to be an elite defender, you know, and she's stepped up to all of those challenges. And, you know, she's just like, I got you. And she just does it. And you know, I think I've said this, you know, multiple times. Like, Kelsey Mitchell has been through the worst parts of this franchise, and she deserves to go through the best. And, you know, she's she's rising to the challenge. She's leading us in ways and has grown in ways, I think, throughout the course of not just her career, but this season, that shows that she's still got so much left in front of her. I'm really proud of her. I'm thankful to be able to coach her and just continue to see her grow.